Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer. This is Metatron speaking. I have a message today for you involving archangels and astrology. So I've had some situations recently where I'm communicating with archangels and astrological concepts are coming up. So I wanted to share those with you. One of the downloads that I got showed me that there is an archangel that so that each archangel represents a different astrological sign or zodiac sign. So, why does this matter? Why is this important? Why does this help us? Um, if you follow astrology, if you know what sun sign you are, if you know a little bit about the sun signs, or even if you just want to Google it, it might help you with choosing which guides that you want to reach out to start communicating with. Um, and by that, I mean, whatever your sun sign is, there are other sun signs that you are the most compatible with. And so perhaps you want to reach out to that archangel who's one of those most compatible um, sun signs. But let's see. I want to actually give you the list that they gave me. So here's the list they gave me. So for Aries, it's Raziel. For Taurus, it's Ariel. For Gemini, Haniel. Cancer, Uriel. Leo is Michael. Virgo is Sandalphon. Libra is Raphael. Scorpio is Azrael. Sagittarius is Raguel. Capricorn is Jophiel. Aquarius is Gabriel. And Pisces is Jeremiel. I'm gonna have a video on this shortly, but I don't encourage people to reach out to communicate with Archangel Azrael, who is known as like the angel of death. He works in the astral realm. Um, what I'm going to say is that he has a lot of how to say this, and I could be wrong, right? But from my perspective, there's a lot of darkness tied in with him that can come as a result of working with him. And so I wouldn't encourage you to work with Archangel Azrael. That's kind of where I'll leave it for now for this video. Um, so in general, if you reach out to an archangel to work with them, they operate from a place of love. When you first start working with them, they're actually all going to probably feel very similar because they all just kind of exude love. And it's not until you really start working with them over time and in more detail where their like little personality traits start coming out for each one of them. Um, I can vouch that Archangel Michael is like the epitome of a Leo. He is um, outgoing and center of attention and charismatic and fun. And Raphael is very balanced, uh, very much like a diehard romantic type of energy. Um, Azrael, who I'm encouraging you to not work with, he's got the passionate and the mysterious energy like a Scorpio. Jeremiel, who I work with a lot, she is always behind me. She is the archangel, and I say she because she presents with female energy to me. She is the archangel who is responsible for visions and dreams. And since that is my number one psychic ability is the visual, the clairvoyance. She's always directly behind me alongside Raphael. And she is very much like super easygoing, super dreamy. I mean, she's the archangel of clairvoyance. Of course, she's got that dreamy mindset, dreamy personality. Um, I haven't really spent enough time with the other archangels to really vouch for their personalities. It's kind of, I don't know if it's funny or ridiculous, but I have not spoken with all of the archangels before. Like, I don't think I've ever said 2 words to Archangel Uriel. Have I said hi to Uriel? Okay, no, I haven't. I think I've said 2 words to Sandalphon. I don't think I've spoken to Raguel. Like, I haven't talked to Jophiel. I barely talked to Archangel Gabriel, which is ridiculous because I actually work with her nonstop because of her helping me with messages and channeling. But as far as actually sitting down and like chit chatting with her, don't do it. Anyways, um, so in that list of archangels they gave me, you'll notice Archangel Metatron is missing from that list. And the reason is that Archangel Metatron embodies all of the zodiac, all of those traits, because remember he's like the first incarnation of God or creator, basically. So, like God or like creator, he embodies everything. I had an, another astrology related experience happen recently. And so I wanted to talk about that. So, if you're familiar with sun signs and astrology, each of the sun signs has a body part that they like rule over. And I'm a Pisces, and so our body part is the feet, because the Pisces are at the end of the zodiac cycle and the feet are at the bottom of the body, so it kind of matches up. Um, but so let me tell so I'm going to tell you the story in case there's something like this that's applicable for you. It took me a long time to figure this out. And this is kind of hard to describe, but I'm going to do my best. So for as long as I can remember, I've had this behavior that I unconsciously do at nighttime. If I'm laying down and I'm getting really close to falling asleep, and I pretty much have to be on my stomach to do this. So if I'm laying on my stomach, I'll take the tops of my feet, which are against the top of the bed, and I'll like rub my feet against the top of the bed. And I've done it since I've been like a baby. And when, I don't know, probably when I was like a teenager or so, I thought about it finally, and I consciously thought about it. And I was like, wow, that's strange that I do that. It's very random. And I realized, oh, like when I do that, it makes me feel like safe and loved. So I was like, oh, this is like a self-soothing behavior, I guess. So fast forward to like this week, I'm much older than a teenager now. Um, so now that I can communicate with my archangel guides, there are 2 places on my energetic body, which correlates to my physical body, that they can touch that really trigger like that feeling of like loved and safe kind of response. And one of them is my solar plexus, which is why whenever I have a brand new guide show up and they touch my solar plexus, I'm like, hey, what are you doing touching my solar plexus? This is like my sacred solar plexus. I don't know. I don't know what it is about that. I don't know if that's just me or everybody. Somebody please tell me if your solar plexus is like sacred. I don't know. Anyways, so solar plexus. And then the other place is actually my feet. And I'm assuming this is because I'm Pisces, because I really have no other reason to be assigning so much value to my feet in this certain instance. Um, so it's funny because I don't, in my physical life, I don't feel like my feet are like a special important body part to me. I don't feel like, oh, I need somebody to like touch my feet to make me happy. Like I don't feel like that at all. Um, but what the archangels will do, because they know more about me than I know about me, is that sometimes late at night when I'm like getting relaxed and I'm gonna go to bed, I'll feel them come over to my feet. Only certain guides, only two of them will come over to my feet sometimes, and they'll just like touch my feet. They'll hold my feet. It's like getting a foot rub, but it's like the most amazing foot rub you can ever imagine. And so they'll do that. And I was realizing, oh, because I wasn't connecting the two at all. I was just like, oh, they touched my feet. It's like so nice. It's like it was so safe and so loved. And I finally connected the dots this week and realized that I was never the one rubbing my feet against the bed. I realize now it was Raphael, one of my guides, who's always behind me. I realized that he was lining up with me and he was rubbing or he was making my feet move in that way to almost simulate like a little foot rub because he knows that I associate it with being loved and being safe. And so he was trying to have me feel that way my whole life and I super cried really ugly hard when I figured it out because that's wild that I have this tangible thing in my life that I've always had that I always thought was me. And now I'm realizing, no, this was evidence of a guide in my life l- loving me just to love me, just, just to, just from a place of love, nothing else. That it served no other purpose. It was just to take care of me as I was doing this physical incarnation. Um, so my thought was that, well, one, I was blown away, but two, my thought was, huh, if my guides are taking the time my whole life to do something like that for me, there must be many others of you, if not all of you, have similar situations that perhaps you haven't recognized yet, where your guides are interacting with you in that same way. And my thought was, huh, I wonder if their guides are interacting with the body part on them that is ruled by their sun sign, whatever that is. So I mean, I don't even know what other body parts the other sun signs have, but if it's like the head, it's like is somebody who has the head as the sun sign body part, are they getting like a head rub? Like I don't know. So I'm throwing it out there because if it's happening to me, I am not the only one. It's just a matter of piecing these things together because, and this is true for everything, right? This is true for what we're channeling, what we're thinking, what we're deciding, all those random situations in our life where we had like that close call where we should have died or something bad should have happened and it didn't. We have all these examples in our life where our archangels and our spirit guides are there with us constantly and there's evidence of it and we're tossing it aside and we're downplaying it and we're saying, oh, I that was me. I thought that. I did that. I had superhuman strength. I had a quick reaction at the last second. It was lucky. It was chance. It was a coincidence, right? We have all these excuses, but it's none of those things. It's your guides who love you, who have taken care of you since the beginning. So, this is what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you can find some of the ways that your guides have always been showing up for you because it's very powerful to recognize that. It it builds that bond with them and that trust with them very, very quickly. to recognize that they've always been with you, because the truth is, many of those guides have always been with you. Some of them show up just for a time period, and then they leave when that task is done or when that time of your life is done. But there are many of them who are there the moment you're born, and they're there the moment you die. So if you can find the ways that your guides have been shown up for you, I think it'll be impactful for you as well. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.